This, we're just doing a quick tip on stakeholder engagement today. So I have just come off a corporate training where I've been talking to some apprentices about stakeholder engagement and how better to interact and work within the team environment that you find yourself in. And there was one slide in particular that I thought it would be worth sharing with everybody today. So let me add that to the stream over there. We talked about what stakeholders care about. So I thought that was a really important topic, and I wanted to share it with you guys as well. So stakeholders are people involved in our project. They're affected by or impacted by the kind of changes that we might be putting out there, but they also have their own objectives, office politics, agendas, whatever you want to call it, about what is going to be done. So as our role is to deliver the change effectively, we want to engage people, and we can do that better if we know more about the people that we're working with. So one of the things we want to find out about is, it's here, what do stakeholders care about? So on the training, we talked about, let's make that a bit bigger, there you go. What are stakeholders most interested in? And these are the kind of questions, these 4 questions enable you to drill down into what is important for stakeholders. So you can ask them, what are you most interested in? What do you hope will happen as a result of me completing this work? Do you have any concerns or worries about the project or what the project is going to deliver? And what do you expect or want to stay the same when this is done? So those 4 questions give you quite a rounded view of what is important to stakeholders, because you will start to hear things that are clues, engagement clues. For example, I'm most interested in making sure we deliver on time. That's what I most care about. I hope I will get 2 new clients a month. I don't have any concerns, but I do want to make sure that we stay on budget. Well, you do have a concern, don't you? You're concerned about how the rate of spending on the project. I expect us to still be able to turn up at 9 o'clock and have flexi hours when this project's done. Okay, fine. So now we know more about what's important to our stakeholders and more about the kind of things that they value. And we can put that into our set of constraints, set of decision-making protocols, whatever you want to call them, around how the project moves forward. So what we're talking about here is the kind of parameters that you can set about the project so that you can better make decisions. So if someone is coming to you saying it's really important that we finish on time, I'm most interested in hitting the delivery date and making sure our event goes live as planned, then you can make sure that you're talking about like making sure that you hit milestones, you're doing weekly reporting, you're convincing them that you are on track, you're flagging up when you might not be on track. And if someone says, I'm really concerned we might go over budget because we don't have much money this year, you could be going to them with a proposal to buy something, but actually you're giving them 3 recommendations or 3 options, depending on the cost, and then letting them decide how they want to spend the money. So the kind of input that we get when we talk to stakeholders about what's important to them shapes how we manage the project later on. And then people feel that we're listening. They feel that we're talking to the things that are most important to them, and we can build a better relationship with them because they trust us. They trust us to do the right thing because we get them. So what we're trying to get to with these kind of conversations around stakeholders is, do you get me? Do you understand what's important to me? Are you on the same page as me? And when you tick all of those boxes, then you start to build trusted, credible working relationships with the people that matter. That's what I think is really important. So when you're expectations mapping, concerns mapping, looking at people's hopes, dreams for the project is great. The next step, though, is to combine all of those and to look at where you find conflict. So you might have one stakeholder who cares about hitting the deadline, another stakeholder who cares that quality is the top thing, and they'll take as long as they take in order to deliver the perfect result. There's obviously going to be some kind of expectation conflict there. So those are the kind of things that you can look for when you're doing this exercise. And it fleshes out, just gives you more data, more information about how best to work with individuals, tailor your engagements with them, tailor your interactions in a way that makes it really meaningful, useful, sensible, helpful for them. All right, so that was a quick tip on stakeholder engagement, talking about how do we elicit information from stakeholders so that we can better tailor ourselves and our interactions to their needs. So like I say, this was part of a corporate training that I was doing, an introduction to stakeholder management. So if you'd like to see the training, then maybe I need to put on a training session. Perhaps I could do that for you or your organisation, or perhaps I'll do it for the group. But you can leave a comment below if you think that stakeholder management would be a topic worth covering on a training session. Talking of training sessions, there is one coming up on the 15th of July, and I'll be talking about future trends within project management and how you can capitalize on them to stay relevant. So it's really around career planning, staying relevant, keeping your skills up to date, but without having to spend loads of money on training courses and also without having to buy any new software. So we're talking in that session around how trends are impacting the role of a project manager and what we need to be doing differently in order to capitalize on that and make the most of our careers. So it's some guidance around career development, but in a very targeted way, specifically talking about future trends. So if you'd like more info on that, you can join my newsletter list, because I'm sending out information about that beginning of July, or just message me via the page, or leave a comment below and I will get back to you with the information of how you can sign up for that. All right, thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye.